In Zen and Buddhist philosophy, silence is a powerful tool, often more potent than speech. The wisdom of what we keep within ourselves reflects a sense of understanding, mastery, and respect for the delicate harmony of relationships. In the teachings of Zen, sharing is seen as a bridge connecting hearts, yet certain aspects of our lives are best left unspoken, especially with family. In our search for inner peace and balance, Zen cautions us about the weight of our words and the boundaries that guard our personal sanctum. In this teaching, we will journey into the core of three things Zen and Buddhist philosophy advise us to keep within, as their disclosure could disrupt the balance of relationships, invite unnecessary confusion, or even unsettle our inner tranquility. This tale illustrates the why and how behind such guidance, lending a mindful perspective on the ancient art of selective silence. The first truth: do not share your doubts. Doubts are like clouds, they come and go, sometimes bringing storms, sometimes only a passing shadow. In Zen, doubt is considered an opportunity for introspection. Sharing our doubts, particularly with those closest to us, can inadvertently lead to misunderstandings or cause our loved ones to carry our burdens unnecessarily. A wise monk once told his students a story to illustrate this. Imagine you are crossing a narrow bridge over a turbulent river, and the bridge starts to sway. If you let your fear show and express your doubt in its strength, the person walking behind you might also become fearful, lose balance, and stumble. Doubts are best dealt with internally, as they often reflect our own mental landscapes. When shared with family, especially during turbulent times, they might amplify the concerns of those who care deeply for us. Our loved ones may take these doubts to heart, fearing for our well-being, and thus adding a layer of worry or insecurity to the relationship. Through Zen, we learn that by holding our doubts, sitting with them, and investigating their source, we develop a self-trust that ultimately guides us through our challenges without unsettling those around us. Zen teaches that doubts are not to be ignored but rather understood. When faced alone, they can lead us to deeper clarity. Bringing these into family relationships, however, risks projecting our insecurities onto others, altering their perception of our path and potentially skewing the support they offer us. By keeping your doubts within, you allow them to serve as personal teachers, honing your resilience and self-reflection. The second truth: do not share your anger. Anger is a natural human response, and in Zen and Buddhist teachings, it is seen as a mirror to our inner conflicts rather than an issue originating from the external world. When anger arises, it signifies a disturbance in our own mind, a response to unmet expectations or perceived harm. Sharing our anger, especially with family, can turn our inner struggles into shared burdens and disrupt the peace within our home. A Zen story tells of a man who was filled with anger over an unjust event in his life. He went to his family, sharing his frustrations in great detail, describing the injustices and wrongs done to him. His family, feeling his pain, became equally enraged and began to feel his bitterness as their own. The man, having released his anger, felt lighter, but his family now bore the weight of his turmoil. His peace came at the cost of theirs. In Zen, anger is acknowledged as an illusion of the ego, a reaction we must learn to release internally. Practicing detachment and embracing equanimity helps us to address our anger without harming those around us. By choosing silence in moments of anger, we are given space to reflect, to find balance, and to let go, thus protecting the tranquility of our family. Buddhism teaches us that anger is like a poison we prepare for others but end up consuming ourselves. By not sharing our anger, we prevent it from rippling outward, infecting those we love. Instead, We allow it to dissolve through inner patience and understanding. Anger, when carried alone, transforms into wisdom as we learn to observe its source and its fleeting nature. Silence becomes a sanctuary for healing, keeping peace in our hearts and our homes. The third truth: do not share your dreams until they are realized. In Zen, dreams and aspirations are seen as delicate seedlings, requiring solitude and quiet nurture before they're strong enough to face the outer world. Sharing these dreams prematurely can invite doubts from others, potentially weakening our own resolve or placing unnecessary pressure on our relationships. A teacher once shared a parable of a young man with a vision of building a great structure that would bring beauty and shelter to his community. Eager, he shared his plans with his family, who, out of love, responded with concern about the resources, the labor, and the challenges ahead. Though they had his best interests in mind, their worries dampened his passion. He began to doubt his abilities, feeling the weight of their worries, and eventually lost confidence in his own dream. Zen wisdom advises that we guard our dreams closely, nurturing them like a flame sheltered from the wind. This allows them to grow strong, free from the influences of external concerns. Once our dreams have gained enough form and foundation, they are less vulnerable to doubts and better equipped to thrive in the light. Dreams are personal, they are reflections of our unique spirit and purpose. Sharing them too soon can expose them to influences that may not align with our path. Zen teaches us to honor the sacred process of growth, tending to our dreams in the quiet spaces of our own heart until they are robust enough to withstand external scrutiny. By refraining from sharing, we create a focused environment for our aspirations to take root and flourish, allowing them to reach their full potential without the weight of external judgment. Certainly. Let's delve deeper into each of these truths, exploring how these silent practices not only protect family harmony but also strengthen our own inner peace and wisdom. The silent power of holding doubts within. When we encounter doubts, they often arise from a conflict within ourselves, between our desires and the reality that challenges them. This inner struggle is a normal part of life, a sign of growth and adaptation as we navigate uncertainties. Yet, as we learned, sharing these doubts with family can unintentionally project our inner turmoil onto them, causing them to bear our anxieties. In Zen practice, monks are often taught to meditate on their doubts instead of voicing them. This process allows them to see the doubts for what they truly are, fleeting thoughts, like ripples on a lake. With time and introspection, they may realize that these doubts do not define them, nor do they necessarily indicate the truth of their capabilities or path. By holding these uncertainties close and reflecting on them in solitude, they learn to transform doubt into insight, and insight into clarity. When we handle our doubts silently, we preserve a sacred space for our family to feel secure in their belief in us, allowing them to continue supporting us from a place of calm assurance. The doubts may still exist, but rather than allowing them to spill over into our family relationships, we use them as tools for personal growth, building resilience and self-trust along the way. The next time doubt arises, try a Zen technique known as sitting with your doubt. Instead of sharing it, find a quiet place, breathe deeply, and let the doubt settle in your mind without judgment. Imagine it as a cloud passing through the sky of your mind, temporary, shifting, and bound to disappear. This practice allows the doubt to transform from a source of anxiety into a path of self-discovery. The quiet wisdom of containing anger. Anger is often described in Buddhist texts as a fire that consumes everything in its path. When expressed thoughtlessly, anger can be like a raging storm. unsettling the calm of those around us and leading to reactions that compound suffering. In Zen, managing anger involves recognizing it as a visitor rather than a permanent resident, a reaction rather than a truth. It is not something we need to hold on to or share, especially with family, as this could disrupt their peace and create unnecessary strain in relationships. Instead, Zen encourages us to turn anger inward, not to dwell in it, but to understand it. Meditation masters often teach students to observe anger without reacting to it, as if looking at a fire from a safe distance. This approach allows the emotion to simmer down until it loses its intensity, revealing the underlying cause, which is often rooted in unmet expectations, ego, or a sense of injustice. By containing our anger, we become practitioners of patience and self-control. This not only strengthens our own spirit but also maintains harmony within our family. Rather than letting anger erupt and disturb the shared peace, we learn to hold it, observe it, and let it dissolve. With practice, we find that the need to express anger fades, replaced by a calm understanding that serves as an anchor for ourselves and those around us. When anger arises, practice mindful breathing. Take 10 deep breaths, focusing entirely on the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. Let each exhalation carry away a piece of the anger, until it dissipates, leaving only clarity behind. With time, this habit can become a natural response, allowing you to confront and release anger without impacting your family. The sacred solitude of nurturing dreams, ambitions, and personal aspirations are precious. They form a part of our innermost self, often fragile in their infancy and requiring careful nurturing to blossom fully. When shared too early, dreams are exposed to external influences, which can lead to criticism, doubt, or well-meaning but discouraging advice. In Zen, it's taught that dreams are like young plants. They need protection until they are strong enough to withstand the forces of the world. Zen philosophy encourages individuals to let dreams grow in silence, honoring them as a personal journey. By protecting them from outside interference, we ensure that they remain aligned with our true intentions rather than becoming shaped by the opinions or expectations of others. Once our dreams are strong, they will naturally attract the support and understanding of those around us. Holding back on sharing dreams with family is not an act of secrecy but rather of respect for the delicate balance between intention and manifestation. We prevent our family from becoming overly invested in an outcome they cannot control, and we shield our own motivation from unnecessary interference. If you feel an urge to share a new dream, consider journaling instead. Write down the details, hopes, and vision associated with this dream, pouring your energy into words that will remain private. As the dream grows and becomes more solid, you'll feel intuitively when the time is right to share it, if it ever becomes necessary. Embracing the stillness of Zen. The concept of silence in Zen is not about the absence of words but the presence of mindful restraint. By not sharing our doubts, anger, or dreams, we cultivate an inner sanctuary where wisdom, resilience, and clarity can grow. This space is essential for anyone walking a path of personal or spiritual growth, as it nurtures a deeper understanding of oneself and one's place within the family and the broader world. In each of these areas, doubt, anger, and dreams, the teaching emphasizes the importance of inner mastery. By choosing silence, we exercise control over our mind and emotions, guiding them in ways that protect our peace and that of those closest to us. When we withhold certain thoughts, we are not creating distance between ourselves and our family but building an unshakable foundation of inner strength. Zen teaches that the more we cultivate this stillness, the more we realize that our lives have the power to influence others positively, not through words, but through our quiet example, living in quiet harmony. Indiana. The end. The practice of holding back certain thoughts from our family is not about hiding our true self, but rather about expressing a deeper kind of love, one that values their peace as much as our own. This Zen and Buddhist teaching encourages us to view silence not as suppression but as an active choice that enables harmony and growth. Imagine a lake, still and undisturbed. Its surface reflects the sky, trees, and world around it without distortion. In its calm, everything becomes clearer. This lake represents the mind that chooses silence over unnecessary words. It serves as a mirror for truth, reflecting the wisdom within and offering a serene space for others to approach without fear of stirring unnecessary ripples. Through selective silence, we create our own lake of inner peace, a place where our family can find comfort, free from the weight of our personal struggles. We learn to communicate in ways that elevate rather than burden, choosing to reveal only what serves the collective harmony. In this way, the silence becomes a gift, a form of mindful love, honoring both our journey and the sacred bond with our family. The practice may require patience, but it leads to a profound, enduring connection that is as strong as it is peaceful. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.